Well, greetings, beloveds, and to those watching later online, welcome to Unity of Tempe. I'm Reverend Mitzi, and we are excited because today we bring our series Blessed to a close. And we reflect on the transformative journey that we've shared over the past 8 weeks. Yes. Today is the 9th week of this series. Can you believe it? I mean, we started it in, I think, May, right? So, oh my goodness. And this has been, of course, our metaphysical exploration of the Beatitudes from the Sermon on the Mount. And from a unity perspective, the Beatitudes are a spiritual compass representing stages of spiritual development, and each one is a catalyst for personal growth and a deeper understanding of our divine qualities. And so I hope today, as we review these Beatitudes and their message for us, that we, even in a further way, align with the blessings, and that leads us to a richer, more profound spiritual experience. And today I encourage you to participate. So I'll invite you to do that, and you'll see where. So if you've missed any of this series, or you just want to catch up on some of them, you can look at unityoftempe.org, or you can go to our website, Unity of Tempe. So let's dive right in with a review of these Beatitudes. The first one, blessed are the blank in blank, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. What is this? Blessed are the poor in spirit. Yes, excellent. Blessed are the blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So, metaphysically, poor in spirit refers to humility of the soul and not a lack of wealth. It's about releasing pride and being open-minded, and this blessing comes to us when we let go of preconceived ideas and of arrogance, and when we become teachable and open to new concepts. And when we are poor in pride, we are blessed with expansion, realizing that God connection, our divine connection, is more than just intellectual understanding. And so this attitude encourages us to release our know-it-all attitude and to just admit that sometimes we don't know, but we're willing to learn. And so keys to deepening into blessings from this Beatitude include self-reflection, journaling, kindness, and mindfulness. All right, ready for number 2? You're poised and you're ready. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Yes. Now, the blessing in this Beatitude is not in the mourning, is it? It is in the what? The being comforted indeed, the comfort by God and by others. Because we're never alone in our grief. And as we allow God's presence to comfort us, we emerge with a greater connection of God's presence. And comfort can also come from others acting as God's messengers. And if you were here, you might remember the story I shared of the Swedish pastor and his friends who prayed with him when his wife died and he wasn't able to pray. Now, we can deepen into blessings from this Beatitude by acknowledging all forms of loss, because death is just one form of loss. There's all sorts of forms of loss that happen in our life. And by recognizing grief as a personal journey, and by holding on to the promise of comfort and accepting God's peace, strength, love, and support, by allowing sorrow to move us forward, knowing that God is always there no matter what we are going through. And when we emerge from that dark night of the soul with a closer connection with the divine spirit, then we too can be a blessing and a comfort to others. So that is this Beatitude. And remember, this is just a very, very brief brief synopsis. Okay, on to the third beatitude. Blessed are the blank, for they shall blank the earth. I know this is Lois's favorite beatitude. Is that right? Is it number 3?
Well, the Beatitudes are my favorite.
Yes.
I don't know if I have a...
Okay, I thought you had, I'm so sorry, I'm mistaken. I thought you had said this was your favorite one. But blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Exactly. So metaphysically, to be meek is to surrender our limited power to a power greater than ourselves, and to recognize that that power can support us in achieving things that we never could have reached on our own. And to be meek is to be God-centered over self-centered, to be calm, even in the midst of chaos and confusion, and to be self-controlled, and to have a spirit of gentleness, to be patient, free from malice and vengeance seeking, and to not be easily angered. We are meek as we surrender and follow God's guidance, and this aligns us with infinite creative possibilities and divine ideas to bless and prosper us and others, and to inherit the earth. What does that mean? What does to inherit the earth mean? Well, it means to create balance and harmony in our lives and with each other from a metaphysical standpoint. So to align with this beatitude, I want you to think of this right now. Consider how you can exhibit more gentleness in your relationships. Think of someone where you're like, I'm kind of a little short with them maybe at times. Cultivate patience in situations where you might feel impatient. Maybe it's on the freeway, as we discussed, or maybe it's when you're on hold and you're listening to music. I don't even know if they still have music, but whatever you're listening to. Cultivate patience in those situations where you might feel frustrated. And another way is to engage in selfless service. Number 4, blessed are those who blank and blank after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Oh yes, it's hunger and thirst indeed. And this invites us to seek spiritual fulfillment through right thinking and the right use of spiritual principles. You know, we got to have some fun here. So to consider what truly satisfies our spiritual hunger and thirst, let us review a fun video that we shared. Okay, I promise you will not see that for a very long time again, but I had to share it again. So Dorito eating goat aside, this beatitude is about authenticity, a call to live so that our thoughts, words, and actions are in harmony with our spiritual principles and values. And it's about becoming a beacon of hope. My goodness, a beacon of hope. A source of comfort and a testament to the transformative power of unconditional love. And so to reap the blessings of this beatitude, this is a really key one. Make sure your actions are an authentic reflection of your inner truth and values. All of your actions are an authentic reflection of your inner truth and values. Okay. Blessed are the blank, for they shall be shown blank. Yes, blessed are the merciful, for they shall be shown mercy, indeed. So mercy is an act of kindness, recognizing the oneness of all life, and it involves genuine forgiveness and empathy, contributing to the healing and wholeness of the world. By being merciful, we reflect divine compassion and foster peace. Now, as we shared with this beatitude, we all want to be on the receiving end of mercy. Yes, but that's not what this beatitude is about. This beatitude is about us being merciful. And sometimes our thoughts they need a little herding, especially in areas of forgiveness and mercy and compassion. And sometimes this herding is a little like, well, you might remember this one.
This man right here is my great-grandfather. He's the first cat herder in our family.
Herding cats. Don't let anybody tell you it's easy.
Anybody can herd cattle. Holding together 10,000 half-wild short hairs, well, that's another thing altogether.
Being a cat herder is probably about the toughest thing I think I've ever done.
I got this one this morning, right here, and if you look at his face, it's just ripped to shreds, you know?
You see the movies, you hear the stories, I'm living a dream. Not everyone can do what we do.
I wouldn't do nothing else.
It ain't an easy job, but when you bring a herd into town and you ain't lost a one of them, ain't a feeling like it in the world.
And I promise you won't see that one again either for a long time. But our thoughts, bringing them in, like he said, when you bring them in and you don't lose a one of them, it's like our thoughts, right? When we bring them in, we rein them in, and we bring them in and don't lose a one of them over to something else. That is really powerful. And regarding mercy, Jesus frequently said things like, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. And we shared in this about one man who you may remember, a person who exhibited mercy, Azim Kamisa, and his son Tariq was tragically killed while delivering pizza. But despite his immense pain, Azim forgave his son's killer. Tony Hicks, who killed Azim's son, was only 14 years old. He was a member of a gang, Tony Hicks. And Azim went on to create a foundation in his son's name which focuses on youth mentorship, nonviolent conflict resolution, and community building. And when Tony Hicks, the gang member, was released from prison after serving 24 years, Azim did something quite remarkable. He invited him to serve on the board of the foundation and to speak with him in conferences and at schools, really encouraging youth to avoid the path that he took. So to align with the blessings of this beatitude, reflect on times when you've received mercy. And then pray for the willingness to forgive someone with whom you have a grievance. And we shared this, and I really think this is probably one of the most powerful. We had so many affirmations during this series, so many, but I think I've summed up that I think this is probably one of the very most important ones. So let's say this together. I am a person who chooses forgiveness and understanding, for it supports my inner peace. With each act of forgiveness, I liberate myself and others, allowing love to heal us. So we're moving on to Beatitude number 6. Blessed are the blank in blank, for they shall see God. Yes, who said it? Pure in heart, indeed. The pure in heart perceive the divine presence in themselves and in others. And they align their attentions with the highest good, and they cultivate a life free from duplicity and deceit, focusing on love, peace, and wisdom, and they regularly cleanse themselves from negative thoughts. We all have to do that at times, don't we? Cleanse ourselves from negative thoughts. Actually, I get up super early in the mornings and I run through the sprinklers. People call me the crazy sprinkler lady because we go to the park super early in the morning and I'm like, thank you so much. And I don't say this out loud, but I kind of think they're crazy for not running through the sprinklers when it's 93 degrees. And that is how we do our walking. But I just had a thought. As I'm doing that, I can cleanse my thoughts right then. And when you're taking your shower, I'm cleansing my thoughts. The pure in heart regularly cleanse themselves from negative thoughts, behaviors, and actions towards themselves and others. And they do their utmost to transcend personal ego and ulterior motives. And so to be pure in heart, focus on letting love blossom in you 24/7. Remember, I said not like this. Remember what this is? This is the night cactus. It's called the queen of the night. And it blooms how often? Once a year. For how long? A few hours. And we talked about how we don't want our love to be like that, all stingy, like, hello, tonight is the night. No, we want to instead be like what? Do you remember? The lotus blossom. The lotus blossom blooms and thrives in muddy conditions, in muddy, murky ponds, and in other uninhabitable conditions where you don't see other things thriving. And we said, Molly Friedenfeld said, a pure heart is the vessel that contains the soul's true beauty. Isn't that beautiful? Let's say that together. A pure heart is the vessel that contains a soul's true beauty. So people with pure hearts don't run around declaring their goodness. Hello, I'm good. I'm so good. I'm just the best person who ever lived and the bestest, goodest person. No, they don't do that. They show it how? In their actions, in their welcome, in their graciousness, in their kindness, in their love. And I forgot to show with you today, I have my blessed necklace on today. On the back is the prayer of protection. I don't even remember how long I've had this, but it is a Unity, something I got from Unity many, many years ago, and I thought it would be a perfect day to wear it as a conclusion of this series. All right, next, number 7. Blessed are the blank, for they shall be called the blank of God. The children of God, what's this part? Peacemakers. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. So peacemakers cultivate inner peace and then they extend it to others. They embody empathy and compassion and contribute to a more peaceful world. And what is being called a child of God? What is it a reminder of? Of our inherent divinity. Yes, so being a peacemaker involves making, and I really stress this as we did this one, making and something else of peace. Begins with an M, making and, yeah, who said it? I heard it. Yes, Deborah, give yourself. Oh, MGM, yay, MGM. Making and maintaining peace in our lives and interactions, even in challenging situations. It requires giving up the need to be right, comparing ourselves to others, and other ego-driven behaviors. Effective communication and understanding are keys to being a peacemaker. And a peacemaker is someone who actively seeks to reconcile and harmonize relationships, whether between individuals or communities. They don't just avoid conflict, they address it with the intention of creating lasting peace. And we talked about how being a peacemaker is a soul-level invitation to reveal the highest qualities of our being and to truly know that the whole world is our family. And I shared a Mother Teresa quote. Let's say it together. If we have no peace, It is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. One of my very favorite quotes. All right, we get to number 8. Number 8 is the last beatitude, the one that we did last week. Oh my goodness. Blessed are those who are blank because of blank, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Not Linda. Linda's done a great job of these. She is amazing, Reverend Doctor. I love it. In all love, we love you so much, Linda. And so who knows this? Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness. Wonderful, Deborah. So the cyclical nature of the first and last Beatitudes highlights a journey that begins and ends with what? The kingdom of heaven, which of course is within, right? Emphasizing the importance of each step in achieving divine consciousness. Metaphysically, persecution includes internal struggles when striving to live a spiritually aligned life. And it's also about resisting our inner persecutor, the one who likes to really attack us at times and who hurls insults and doubts at us. Anyone have one of those at any time in their life? Yeah. So the blessing of this beatitude lies in staying dedicated to our spiritual convictions, embracing our divine nature and our oneness with God and all beings. And this final beatitude encourages positive acts of social justice to support each other and those being persecuted. And to anchor our recap of the Beatitudes, I found this really wonderful meditation. It's a reflective meditation that I found, and it's not my voice, although it is English voice. And I just love it, and I think I invite you to sit back and close your eyes and listen to this. I'll turn off the lights so it's nice and calm. And just listen to this as you just come and let these seep even deeper into your heart.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who live with a beginner's mind, wise enough to know that they know nothing, and open enough to learn from every living being. Blessed are those who recognize their equality with every created thing, and choose to live in simplicity and harmony with the earth. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are those whose wounds enable them to walk alongside other beings, sharing their stories and their pain, and in the pain, finding healing. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who have passed through the blindness of small self and ego, those who live a truly enlightened life, one with the divine, at home in their true eternal selves. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are those whose hearts seek the divine in everything, whose heart's desire is to know divine love, to live in love and be found in it. They who seek shall find. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are those who reserve judgment and choose to believe the best, because there but for the grace of God go I. Blessed are those who live free from the judgment of others, because they refuse to pass judgment on those in whose shoes they have not walked. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the authentic ones, who unashamedly speak from the innocence of their hearts, without filtering what they say through their own prejudices or fears of other people's opinions. In their loving and honest communication, they will see and know the divine. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who understand that peace is something we can make. It is not something we seek out or strive for. Blessed are those who choose peace in every conversation, every encounter, intuitively recognizing the difference between being a peacemaker and keeping the peace for fear of conflict. Blessed are those who value true peace over a quiet life which never rocks the boat. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who choose to be so sold out to their divine purpose that they are uninterested in the adverse judgments and accusations of others. Blessed are those who sacrifice every lesser desire to the greater goal of knowing and living in divine love. They know where their treasure lies.
Wasn't that profound? Did you like that? I found that so moving and so in alignment with all the things that we've been sharing during this study. And I just thought, oh my goodness. And it just popped up unexpectedly. So as we draw the curtain on our blessed series, let's carry forward these profound insights and spiritual growth that we've gained from each beatitude. Each one has guided us to align more deeply with our divine nature, and it is fostering within us personal transformation and a deeper, richer spiritual experience. And I invite you to remember that these teachings are not just for reflection, but they are for living. And so we continue to embody these divine qualities as we navigate our spiritual journeys. And thank you so much for being part of this amazing I said amazing. It's like, of this series. I hope you found it amazing, because I certainly did. And so we'll close the door on that, and I'll share with you what we're going to do next week later. But let us now say, we're going to say this 3 times and really breathe into it. Really think about what you're saying. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. Yes, indeed. And now, I am a beloved child of God, here to be an ambassador of good. And so now it is time for our financial blessings. And so I invite you to take your blessing to your heart, hold it next to your heart. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you, Lois. Take that to your heart and know, just see that being multiplied a bazillion times coming back to you. And if you're doing by phone also, just see it be coming back to you a bazillion times. And let us say together, I am a joyful sharer of my good. I remember that as I give, I receive, and that God is my source. And here is our information if you have. We also have a QR code now. Woohoo! So we'll invite you to, yes, you can start collecting now. That'd be wonderful. Thank you, Scott, for doing that. Thank you, Divine Spirit. We are so blessed at this community to have a safe and a beautiful place that is a place that we know is our community, where we are loved and that where we continue to grow in peace, where we continue. You can keep moving forward, Scott and Lois. This is just, yes. Thank you, Divine Spirit, for this. We are so grateful. So I want to remind you of our Zoom prayer and connect call at Thursdays at 10 a.m. We invite you to be there with us on that call. If you can get on once in a while, that's wonderful, or each week. Now, Reverend Kent brought this in, and this is a senior food box, and Ron made a slide of this, and you can take information. Anyone who's got food shortage, is experiencing food shortage, take a picture of this, and you can find out more about that. It's a wonderful way to get some free food if you are in food scarcity right now. And our international collection, our intentional collection for Matthew's Food Crossing is July 28th. Thank you for, I think MGM brought in some food. Was that you, MGM? And that's talking to our water drive. And if you know of anyone who's looking for they're like, Sundays, the place is closed, invite them here. If you see anyone wandering around, say, come on in and be with us for at least for an hour and a half to stay cool and have some snacks. And we just are here to serve and love. And so we want you to know how important you are. And I would be really thinking about this, because last week I said, where else do you go where you get told you're so important, you're so loved, you're so valued, and you're so appreciated? We don't hear that enough in our life, do we? No. So I want you to really feel that. You are loved. You are important. You matter. You make a difference. And it is a blessing that you are here with us. We are a community, and each of us love and care for you. Who do you know who needs to hear this? Invite them here. And so let us say together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. All is well, and we are grateful. For those watching online, have a beautiful week.